Hi, it's Denise. The last time that we did a vlog, I spoke about that this time would be about the surgery. But before we do the vlog about the surgery, I wanted to go over some things that you need to do to prepare for the surgery. And so then the next one will be the actual surgery, because I didn't take into consideration that I hadn't talked about that yet. So some of the things that you need to do before you have your surgery are, one would be to prepare food. So depending on how many of you live in your home, you would probably want to make some casseroles and some dinners and freeze those, at least enough for a week, if not more, depending on what kind of surgery you have and how well you do with it. Some people won't need as much food, and then some people would need possibly more food. So that's one thing that I would recommend if you have friends or relatives that want to be able to do something to help. Tell them if they can bring a casserole or just anything that can go in the freezer, or soups that will keep for several days if they can, or put up food or something like that. That's something that will be a great deal of help to you when you're recovering and you come home, especially that first week. Something else that we did was we made a list of names and phone numbers and put them on the cover of this notebook, so that if anyone would need to contact someone and I was sleeping or on medication and not quite myself, there would be a list of phone numbers here. And also on this list we wrote down things that I was allergic to, who my doctors were, what their phone numbers were, our name, address, and telephone number in case someone would be here and have to call for help. They'd have that information there in case anything were to go wrong. The idea is to plan for the unexpected, and I'm usually the anomaly, and anything that can go wrong will. So that we tried to plan ahead and see any problem that might be coming, and where I wouldn't be coherent and able to tell people what to do. So that was the reason for the notebook. We wrote down where my pharmacy was, who my pastor was, any of the services, the people that come to the house on a regular basis, so that if someone was here, they would know if that person was supposed to be here or not. Just some things you might want to take into consideration: who your neighbors are, what their phone numbers are, your best friends, your children, your husband, all of that information just on one page on the cover of the notebook, and that way everyone would have it right there. Inside the notebook we made a chart for dates. I had my surgery on May the 3rd, and so we started out there with people signing up for which days they were able to come and stay with me. I was very fortunate in that I have a wonderful friend who is also a nurse midwife, and she was able to come and stay with me at night, but of course she had to go to work during the day. So for each day of the week we had different people to sign when they could come and how long they could stay. If they could stay all day, or maybe someone could come and stay till noon, and then someone else would come and stay from noon to 4, or if my family, my husband or my children were going to be here that day, no one would need to come. And we did sign up for things like that. Also to write down when your return doctor appointment is, when your checkup time is. All of those things we put in this notebook. And then, I don't have it here with me, but on another page, we wrote down medications. And we made a list of medications for each day and when we took them. And that worked really well. And then my sweet friend stumbled upon this. And this was so wonderful because I was on a lot of medications, and this gives you 4 times a day to take a medication. So you can go through the week and put out each medication that you need to in each one of these, and that gets you through the week. That way, if you've taken medication and gone to sleep and wake up, you don't have to try to remember if you took the medication you were supposed to take or not, because it's very difficult, at least for me, to keep up with what I have or haven't done when I'm on a lot of strong drugs. So this was what we used, and it was very helpful. You can get this at pretty much any drugstore, and that way people don't have to try to keep up with what the last person did. It's all right there in front of them, and they know if you've had your medication or not. So that was very helpful to us. Also, you are going to need to buy clothes that button or zip up the front. And if they don't button or zip up the front, you need to buy something that is really loose or stretchy, because you are not going to be able to raise your arms up hardly at all. I had the lymph nodes taken out on my left side, and even now this hurts to move my arm. It's very painful, and your doctor will tell you to not lift anything, and that is what they mean. So along with lifting is also reaching over your head, reaching behind your back to try to get a shirt on. So these were some pajamas that I got before I had my surgery. I bought everything 1 or 2 sizes larger than what I needed, because you're going to have swelling, and they will put a special bra on you when you come out of surgery, and it will be packed to prevent you from swelling more than you will. So this is larger than what I would normally wear, and it's very stretchy, and it buttons up the front. Everything needs to button up the front. I cannot stress that enough. It took some time for us to find things, but myself and my sister and my friends, we all kept our eyes open, and regardless of what it looked like, if we found something that buttoned up the front, we bought it. So this was one thing that is just pajama pants and a top that you can wear. And if you don't want to wear pajama pants, you could get something like this little robe that just zips, and also make sure it's larger than what you wear. You need to get 1 or 2 sizes larger than what you would wear. This was a really cute little blouse that my children bought for me that was really big and loose. It didn't really fit anywhere, and we could just put that on over my head, and it was a couple of sizes large for me. So that was, and I could wear my bra under it that I had to wear every day. So that was comfortable, and it looked nice, and it was cool because it was made when I had my surgery, so it was very warm outside. And these are just a few other tops. This one here was kind of small for what I needed because it didn't give a lot, and I needed something larger than this, but I bought it because I saw it, and at the time I hadn't been able to find anything else. But I did wear it some. And then these are some tops one of my girlfriends bought for me. Also loose and lightweight because it was hot outside. And this one did not button up the front, but it was really larger size, easy to just slip right over my head without raising my arms. And then this one also, it buttoned up the front, and it was lightweight and very comfortable also. So those are some things that you want to think about before you have your surgery. If you can, and it's possible for you to have someone, your mom or your sister or your mother-in-law, or in my case your best friend, or anyone that can come and stay with you that first week, that is really something that you want to do. You do need a lot of help that first week. I did remarkably well through my surgery, and didn't end up having the surgery I thought I was going to have, but still came through it and did very well, and recovered very well. So I just want to recommend that you make your plans and get things ready before you go to the hospital. Have everything set up and planned for, so that when you come home, there's no chaos about what needs to happen, because you're going to need to take care of yourself at that time, and you're not going to need to be delegating to people what they need to do. People already need to know what they should be doing. So that's just a little bit of information, a little bit of help. Oh, and one other thing, if you don't have a removable shower head that you can hold in your hand, you should get one of those and install it in your bathroom shower, because you will not be able to get water where you've had your surgery. And if you can have a handheld shower, you can still wash your legs and the other parts of your body without getting your head and shoulders wet. And so that is a wonderful thing to have, because it's a week or two before you can get your head and shoulders wet in the shower. You can lean over in a sink and wash your hair, but you can't stand under a shower and get wet. So if you don't have one of those in your personal shower at home, I would recommend to go invest in one of those. You can get them for a lower price. You can spend more if you want to, but they're remarkably helpful for bathing if you have the opportunity to purchase one of those before you have your surgery. So that's all I've got for now, and next time we will talk about the surgery. Have a great day. Bye.